Yo, YouTube was good. I mean, we back with another video, man. 3 days in a row. But y'all know yesterday we did a video concerning Tory Lanez and his innocence. Y'all know I'm Team Tory. Well, here we go with another video covering it. It's supposedly some more evidence. This time with Meg Thee Stallion making a call to the jail, putting a hit on that boy. So we finna see. I ain't watched it, so y'all finna watch it with me if you ain't already watched it, man. So y'all tune in. Let's get it.
A new video is going viral, and it's claiming Megan Thee Stallion actually paid to have Tory Lanez killed in jail. Yeah, you heard that right. Apparently, there was new evidence about to drop in their case.
Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team about a story on new evidence in this case.
So now everyone's asking, did Megan really pay to take him out just to stop that evidence from ever coming out? Let's get into it. The video that shook the internet. On May 12, 2025, Tory, who's currently serving a 10-year bid for allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion, caught a serious fade in prison. According to multiple sources, Tory was stabbed a whopping 14 times by another inmate at California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation confirmed Tory was provided immediate medical aid and transported to an outside hospital. And this wasn't no little scuffle. Imagine getting hit 7 times in your back, 4 in your torso, 2 in the back of your head, and once in your face. That's the type of beatdown most don't walk away from, you feel me?
Man, nah,
Tory
that's a
suffered
fact.
severe injuries, including collapsed lungs, and was placed on a breathing aid. But according to his attorney, Jose Baez, who spoke to TMZ, Tory is upbeat, in good spirits, and expected to make a recovery. Now here's where things get really interesting. As soon as word hit the streets about Tory catching these shanks, social media went absolutely bonkers with speculation about Megan Thee Stallion's involvement. The Twitter fingers were moving at lightning speed, with some of Tory's supporters claiming this was somehow connected to Meg and her team. One user on X claimed Megan Thee Stallion needs to be held to account, along with Jay-Z for the position Tory Lanez is in. He
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't like Meg. I ain't never liked Meg. And this might be controversial to some people, and some people might not like me for my opinion, but I ain't never liked her because of the persona that she push and the music she push. You know what I'm saying? Misleading our generation of females. But then to be backed by Jay-Z and they posse, it just made me not like her more. Like I ain't really never like him because he think he bigger than a program type situation. But man, that's neither here nor there.
added Jay funded the cover-up to protect his artist, and Tory has now been stabbed 14 times over a crime he did not commit.
This is a
Another user
sloppy
straight
job
up
too,
accused
for
Megan
sure.
of framing Tory, posting, "Megan Thee Stallion pulled a weapon while drunk and jealous off 1942 in Calabasas, which resulted in a fake shooting she framed Tory Lanez for." The wild speculation didn't stop there. Another went off, saying Megan Thee Stallion fans are wrong for questioning if Tory was stabbed when they have been defending a compulsive liar this whole time.
That's a
The
fact.
user
She a
accused
compulsive
Megan of
liar,
lying
bro.
under oath and switching up her story. But once again, nothing connecting Megan to the prison attack, or at least provide evidence she's facing any actual consequences. One user tried to keep the conspiracy train rolling by referencing an initial police report claiming Megan stepped on glass, suggesting she framed Lanez. But here's the tea. That was debunked as an early misstatement by Megan, which she clarified in court was because she was scared. And let's not forget that Tory's pop screamed the hell out that day.
The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our
Steel Hunters isn't just
Oh,
another
these
mix.
ass,
Every
bro.
hunter
I
has
hate
their
'em.
very own playstyle. You want a tank?
Chinese, he would not even shake their hand.
When Megan Thee Stallion stepped into that LA courtroom that day, it wasn't about bars or billboard charts. It was about truth. Under oath, she faced the jury and laid it all out. Her first words hit hard. She couldn't believe she had to relive it in front of strangers, but she showed up anyway. According to Megan, it all started at a party in the Hollywood Hills, thrown by Kylie Jenner. The vibe turned sour after the event when Megan got into an argument with Tory during the ride back. She said things popped off after she joked about his music skills, something that clearly hit a nerve. The tension snapped quick. Megan said she has to get out the car, tired of the back and forth. That's when she claims Tory started yelling at her to dance. And the next thing she knew, gunshots rang out. She said he opened fire with a handgun. The jury heard that Megan left a blood trail at the scene, proof that the damage was real, and it wasn't just her saying it. Right after the shots, her friend reportedly texted Megan's security with a straight-up message asking for help and claiming Tory shot Megan. Before the bullets flew and the headlines took over, Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez were tight, real tight. Behind the scenes, their relationship was buzzing with energy, collabs, and a whole lot of late-night link-ups. It wasn't just industry talk either. These two were seen everywhere together in the months leading up to the 2020 shooting, sparking rumors of more than just a musical bond. They first connected through music. Tory had a habit of hopping on live during the quarantine era with his viral quarantine radio,
Fact.
and
That's
Megan
fact.
pulled
He was
up as
going
a
crazy.
frequent guest. Fans loved the chemistry, the laughs, the banter, the vibes. It all felt natural. Then they started popping up in the same spaces, chilling in studios and partying in close circles, especially during the height of the pandemic when most people were locked in. Tory was even seen kicking it at Megan's crib on multiple occasions. That's when the rumors started swirling. Were they just friends, or was it something more? Neither of them came out to officially confirm a relationship, but they weren't hiding either. The energy was undeniable. At one point, it looked like they were playing it low-key romantic. Behind the music, behind the Instagram lives, there was tension that didn't feel purely platonic. Things seemed to be all good too. Megan was coming off a wild run with Savage blowing up, and Tory was riding his Chicks Tape 5 momentum. They were both hot, young, and thriving. But behind the scenes, not everything was as smooth as it looked. Word on the street is that their dynamic got complicated pretty fast. There were reports of jealousy, control issues, and arguments. According to multiple sources after the incident, emotions ran high the night of the shooting, with alcohol and ego clashing hard. Some insiders said Tory was feeling some type of way about Megan's rising fame, while others claimed jealousy sparked.
Man, listen. Tory not even that type of dude, bro. He was having too much motion, gang. Bro, folk was having his way, bro. What he gonna be jealous for? Not now, granted, I'm not gonna be little Megan and not and act like she wasn't having her way too. I'm not even gonna do that because she was having her way. But Tory been having his way. Tory is stand up dude. He got motion in the rap game, out the rap game, bro. Dude is he definitely man. It's just petty, bro.
When
They
Megan
just
started showing
talking.
attention to other men. Still, none of that was ever confirmed publicly. It all stayed in the shadows until it exploded into chaos that July night. But before that point, Tory and Megan were seen at that party acting cool, even playful. After the incident, Megan unfollowed Tory and stayed silent at first, but later she went public on Instagram Live, straight up naming him as the shooter. Before the shots rang out, they were close, possibly lovers, definitely collaborators, and always in each other's orbit. But that relationship crumbled in one night, turning from viral moments and inside jokes to courtrooms and criminal charges. Some say Tory was getting a little too comfortable with Kylie, which may have been the spark that lit the flame. So did Megan really set up Tory? It's all still obscure. Since the recent prison attack on Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion has maintained her stance of not publicly addressing the incident. This is raising a lot of talks about what she might be going through right now. The incident and the trial. In October 2020, Tory was charged with felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and carrying a loaded unregistered firearm. A protective order was issued, barring him from contacting Megan or coming within 100 yards of her. This came after another incident where Tory shot Megan Thee Stallion in the leg. But did Tory respect that order? Nah, he violated it multiple times. In 2021, he performed at Rolling Loud, where Megan was present, leading to his bail being increased from $190,000 to $250,000. Then in April 2022, he was arrested for social media posts directed at Megan, with bail raised to $350,000. During this pre-trial period, misinformation was spreading like wildfire. In February 2022, a tweet by DJ Academics falsely claimed no DNA linked Tory to the gun. Tory's attorney later clarified the DNA results were inconclusive, with 4 contributors found on the gun. The trial finally kicked off in December 2022. Megan took the stand and testified about the shooting, claiming Tory offered her $1 million to stay silent and apologized, saying he was too drunk. Kelsey Harris, who was present during the incident, gave conflicting testimony.
I do not believe he was stupid enough to try to get her money and say he's sorry for something he did not do. It don't make sense, bro. It
Invoking
don't make sense.
immunity and denying seeing Tory shoot. On December 23rd, 2022, the jury
Come on,
returned
man.
their verdict. Tory was found guilty on all 3 charges. The sentencing didn't come until August 2023, when Tory was hit with a
They gotta
10-year
pay it
prison
off,
sentence
bro.
after a 2-day hearing. Prosecutors cited his campaign to humiliate.
What hearing do y'all know be 2 days? Especially with these celebrities. Why would y'all expedite the court hearing for Tory? Man, all this is people the higher powers behind her, trying to cover her tail, paying people off. Bro, you don't see trials get expedited that fast. 2 day trial, you convicted and gone. Come on,
And
man.
re-traumatize Megan via social media and music, including his 2020 album Daystar, which questioned her account of the shooting. Judge David Hereford specifically noted Tory's post-shooting harassment as an aggravating factor in the sentencing decision. The defense pointed to inconclusive DNA evidence, with 4 contributors found on the gun, and suggested Kelsey Harris could have been the shooter. They also highlighted Megan's initial statement about the broken glass to question her credibility. Throughout this whole ordeal, the hip-hop community was deeply
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store.
Divided. Artists like JoJo, Kalani, and Tarana Burke backed Megan, condemning the skepticism and harassment she faced. 50 Cent initially questioned her account, but later apologized after trial evidence emerged. On the other side, some fans and artists, including Drake and Iggy Azalea, seemed to side with Lanez. Drake's 2022 song Circo Loco implied Megan lied, and Azalea wrote a letter supporting Lanez at his sentencing. While Tory was serving his sentence, the legal battles continued. He appealed his conviction, filing habeas corpus petitions claiming actual innocence and alleging improper evidence. In July 2024, his team filed a motion citing a statement from driver Jaquan Smith, who claimed Kelsey Harris held a gun, but this was rejected as not being new evidence. Now, despite the court rulings, the misinformation campaign didn't stop. In fact, in October 2024, false social media posts, including one by DJ Academics, claimed Tory was ruled innocent by an appeals court. These were quickly debunked, with Megan's attorney Alex Spiro threatening legal action. So what really is the storyline? Let's rewind the tape back to where this whole saga began. The date was July 12, 2020, in the midst of the pandemic lockdown. An incident in the Hollywood Hills forever changed the trajectories of both Megan and Tory's careers. The night started at a pool party at Kylie Jenner's crib. Yeah, that Kylie Jenner. After the function, Megan Thee Stallion, real name Megan Pete, Tory Lanez, real name Daystar Peterson, Megan's friend Kelsey Harris, and Tory's driver bodyguard Jaquan Smith were all in an SUV together. That's when things allegedly went left. According to court testimony, an argument popped off in the whip. Megan explained this in an interview.
We fuss about silly stuff all the time, but I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
Things escalated real quick. Megan testified that she exited the vehicle, and that's when Tory allegedly shot at her feet multiple times. In her own words,
Right. That it did. So I get out the car, and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance.
Hey, so look, y'all keep seeing these videos of her getting out the car. Mind you, there's a video of her in the car, right? She say when she got out, he went to shooting at her, right? How? When there are multiple videos of y'all still in the car, and when you got out the car, you were fine. A glass fell, she stepped on it, then she started limping. Make it make sense. How are people missing it? Like,
Start shooting, and I'm just
bro,
like,
look,
oh
look.
my God. So fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance.
allegedly shot at her.
It was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
Things escalated real quick.
Look,
Megan
she's still in the
testified
car,
that
right?
She exited the vehicle, and that's
Boom.
when Tory allegedly shot at her feet multiple times.
How,
In her own
though?
words,
Right. That it did. So one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't
How?
have got this crazy.
things escalated real
How?
quick. Megan testified
They didn't
that
get
she
out till the
exited
police
vehicle,
told them to get
and
out.
that's when Tory
How?
allegedly shot at her feet multiple times. In her own words,
Right. That it did. So I get out the car, and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance. And he started shooting, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times.
Megan initially told police her injuries were from broken glass, later explaining she feared escalation and distrusted
This
police
is
due to
crazy.
systemic issues. This initial misstatement would later become a major point of contention and fuel conspiracy theories. That same morning, around 4:30 a.m., LAPD received reports of gunshots in the Hollywood Hills area. Tory was arrested that morning for carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle and released on $35,000 bail. Things were relatively quiet until August 20th, 2020, when Megan Megan took to Instagram Live and confirmed what many had been speculating, that Tory Lanez was the one who shot her. She made this public statement to counter misinformation being spread by Tory's team and posted photos of her injuries to refute skepticism. Now here's where things get even messier. Tory's team allegedly sent fake emails posing as Megan's label, 300 Entertainment, to media outlets, claiming she didn't want to testify against him. This kind of behind-the-scenes maneuvering would continue throughout the case. So now we've got the full picture of
How they gonna say that that was Tory team? If that's the case, if that was Tory's team and they had proof that Tory team did that, do y'all not know that some people could have went to jail too? Come on, man.
what went down between Megan and Tory, but folks aren't buying any of that. They're stringing Megan up to multiple accusations, and this may lead to some tough incidents in the future. The uncertainties that lie ahead. In October 2024, Megan stepped her legal game up by filing a defamation lawsuit against blogger Milagro Grams, real name Milagro Cooper. The lawsuit alleged that Grams was spreading lies as Tory's puppet, including false claims about missing evidence and even a deepfake video. Megan wasn't playing around anymore. She was ready to take on not just Tory, but his entire support network. And that wasn't all. By December 2024, she sought a restraining order against Tory, alleging he was orchestrating harassment from behind bars via third parties like Grams. A temporary order was granted in November 2024, and after a hearing, it was extended all the way to January 9th, 2030. That's right, 5 whole years of legally mandated distance. The restraining order petition brought some serious receipts too. Megan's legal team cited prison call logs showing Tory coordinating with bloggers like Milagro Grams to spread false claims, such as the gun being missing from evidence. This claim was quickly debunked by Alex Spiro, Megan's attorney, who confirmed the gun was still with the LAPD. In a power move that had the culture talking, in February 2025, a judge allowed Megan to depose Lanez remotely for her lawsuit against Grams. This marked the first time she could question him under oath since the shooting. Meanwhile, social media remained a battlefield, with misinformation spreading faster than facts. Platforms like X became ground zero for false narratives, with posts by DJ Academics, Daily Loud, and others pushing stories that had already been debunked, while journalists like Megan Cuniff and Community Notes tried to counter these.
For hundreds, if not thousands of years, the
Yeah,
absence or
Mr.
presence of
Messy.
Dazzling Smile has always been
Still,
huge.
at the end of
From
the day,
Marilyn
bro,
Monroe
my boy Tory in
falsehoods.
it.
The damage was often already done. Tory's support team, including an organization called Unite the People, contributed to the confusion by framing procedural court orders as victories, fueling false innocence claims that spread like wildfire across social platforms. Meanwhile, as Tory was battling legal issues, Megan was reclaiming her narrative. Her October 2024 documentary, In Her Words, detailed her struggles with anxiety and depression following the shooting, giving fans an intimate look at the toll this situation took on her mental health. The documentary amplified support for her, with many viewing her as a survivor speaking her truth. Likewise, in her powerful New York Times op-ed, Megan emphasized the urgent need to protect Black women, elevating feminist discourse and forcing the culture to confront uncomfortable truths about who gets believed and protected in our society. Fast forward to May 12, 2025, the day Tory Lanez was stabbed 14 times at California Correctional Institution. The attack immediately reopened all debates, with Tory's supporters using it as evidence that he was innocent or being targeted. Social media immediately lit up with wild speculations. Posts suggesting Megan was somehow involved or paying for her alleged actions gained traction, despite having zero evidence to back them up. It's a classic example of how narratives can take on a life of their own, especially in cases that have already deeply divided public opinion. Some X posts initially exaggerated Tory's condition, claiming he was on life support or in critical condition, which could imply a risk of death. Some even claimed he had 2 stabs in the head. These posts inaccurately suggested Tory was still on life support, contradicting later reports of him breathing independently. It's worth noting that the disturbing nature of this case has created a breeding ground for biased speculation. Tory supporters, including figures like DJ Academics, have historically spread unverified claims. Plus, his defense team and supporters may amplify narratives of Megan's culpability to sway public opinion, especially amid his appeals. On the flip side, Megan's fans are pointing out there was no connection between her and the prison violence.
Let's start by making it very clear that Meg Thee Stallion is not on trial. This is not Meg Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez. This is the state versus Tory Lanez, a trial in which Meg has testified in because Tory has been accused of shooting Meg in the feet in July 2020.
After the shooting incident on May 12th, Tory's legal folks are bringing in some new claims. Tory Lanez, known to the courts as Daystar Peterson, might be sitting behind bars, but his team is far from done. On May 14th, his legal squad pulled up heavy with new receipts that say loud and clear. Tory never pulled the trigger the night Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the Hollywood Hills. The press conference was hosted by Unite the People, a nonprofit that rolls deep with lawyers and activists fighting for justice in the streets and the courtroom. Leading the charge is Gianno Caldwell, who's been working overtime to make sure Tory gets the fair shot he never had. He says Tory's trial was tainted from the jump by media hype, politics, and bias from the bench. This all comes just days after Tory got stabbed up in prison. A convicted killer named Santino Casio, already doing life for murder, reportedly ran up on him and left him with wounds to his back of his head, face, and torso. Tory's been recovering at a Bakersfield hospital ever since. According to his father, Sunstar Peterson, things got so bad Tory had to be airlifted out just to survive, putting pressure on California Governor Gavin Newsom to step in and bring Tory home. They're saying the system got it all wrong. Unite the People CEO Caesar McDowell stepped up and said what many have been thinking. It's time to stop playing and bring the man back. Attorney Walter Roberts backed it up, laying out a different version of that night. According to him, it wasn't Tory who fired the shots. He says it was Megan's ex-best friend, Kelsey Harris, who let off 3 rounds during a fight with Megan.
Isn't it ironic that Meg and Kelsey fell out shortly after this situation? For one, I think again they was fooling with the same dude, or she found interest in Tory, didn't like the way stuff was going with him and Meg. However, that's no concern of mine. But it's ironic that they fell out, and she's still running with the story that Tory did it because she don't want to go to jail and face the music. Man, I'm Tory to it, man. It's
Tory
a love
allegedly
clap, bro.
tried to stop her by grabbing her arm, and 2 more shots went off. Roberts made it clear.
Oh, not to mention, the guy that seen what happened, he let it be known that Tory was still in the car when the gun went off. Well, after the gun went off, he got out the car. I got it wrong. Let me say it like this. Tory was in the back of the car when they was having a altercation. He got out to defuse the situation. She had a gun. Kelsey had the gun, and it went off while he was trying to take it from her. So Tory Lanez was trying to take the gun for Kelsey, and it went off. It didn't hit Meg. Meg stepped down on glass. You could see the bottle hit the ground. Her foot hit it. Then she started limping. And she said in the video, she stepped on glass. I mean, there's videos of all this stuff here, but they debunking all of it and overlooking the stuff that's here. Make it make sense.
Tory never fired the gun, never hit anyone, never even touched the weapon. Roberts pointed.
Oh, but with the witness, he said everything that happened. And then when he got to court, the higher ups pulled him up into court, and then he came back down and told a whole different story from what he told the police when he called. Make it make sense. Money, bro.
Pointed out there were 3 people in that car, but only Tory's DNA was tested, even though the gun had unknown DNA on it. That's a red flag.
Come on, man. Come on, man. They only tested Tory. They didn't test nobody else in the car.
Diana London, head of the Secret Weapon Agency, and a woman who's worked in Congress on justice reform, says this whole case is dirty. She believes Tory's locked up for something he didn't do. She kept it real. This ain't about clout, it's about fairness. Tory's not asking for favors. He's asking for the same rights anyone else would expect. London says the court failed, and when courts fail, trust in justice crumbles. She called out the weak evidence and reminded everyone that in America, guilt has to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And in this case, the doubt is stacking up. Journalist Gianno Caldwell also dropped his findings. He's been working on an op-ed for the New York Post and says the real issue started with former LA District Attorney George Gascon. Caldwell says Gascon added enhancements to Tory's charges, something he rarely did for other defendants, and he did it in a case with no solid forensics, shaky witness statements, and no criminal history on Tory's record. Caldwell also exposed holes in the evidence handling. He said there were multiple people with gunshot residue on their hands that night, but only Tory was fully tested. DNA from the gun didn't match Tory, and analysis showed only a 0.01% chance he even touched it. Then there's the mystery of Kelsey Harris pleading the fifth. Caldwell asked why she'd do that when nobody accused her of anything, and why did she get immunity if there was nothing to hide? That move raised more questions.
What you need immunity for if you ain't do nothing? That's suspicious. That's
than answers. As of now, Megan Thee Stallion and her team haven't responded, but the noise is getting louder. and the fight for Tory's freedom, now the team is just hit a new level. The prison attack is currently under investigation by the prison's investigative services unit and the Kern County District Attorney's Office, although no official statements indicate any connection to Megan or suggest she's in any kind of legal trouble related to the incident. So where does this leave us now? The facts are clear. Tory Lanez was convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion after a trial that examined substantial evidence. He got shot while in prison. His legal folks are asking for a reassessment of the case, and social media claims suggest Megan is in serious trouble, even though there's no substantiated evidence supporting these narratives. So it's important to stay guided. What we're seeing now may be a continuation of a pattern that's been present since 2020. Misinformation, conspiracy theories, and victim blaming. And let's be real for a second. These social media claims and narratives have gained traction after false 2024 claims of Tory's innocence, which were debunked by outlets like Billboard and journalists like Megan Cuniff. The reality is there's no verified connection between Megan and the prison attack on Tory. Even the CDCR reported that Tory was attacked by another inmate in a housing unit or prison yard, with no mention of additional individuals present during the attack itself. What we're seeing now could be a classic case of the internet doing what it does best, taking a real incident and spinning wild conspiracies around it. So before we jump to conclusions about Megan paying or being in serious trouble, we need to separate facts from fiction. As for the social media warriors, they're continuing a tradition of speculation without substantiation, confusing conspiracy theories with facts, and often revealing their own biases in the process. As the investigations into Tory's prison attack continue, and as both artists move forward with their lives and careers, these incidents will remain central to understanding not just this specific case, but the culture at large. By the way, if you have some thoughts on the topic,
Man, listen. At the end of the day, all this is some bull crap, bro. That could have been avoided if people stop getting in their feelings. That's number one. Number two, man, liquor and dope enhances feelings. Whether it sway it good, whether it sway it bad, bro. Man, if stuff went left, bro, own up to it and say, man, look, whoa, you feel me? Man, listen, at the end of the day, this some bull crap. Tory innocent game. He finna come home. Bro, what's done in the dark gonna come to the light. Listen, the devil only have a limited time to do what he gonna do. It's been 5 years. Might as well say 5 years. Tory finna come home, and when he come home, she finna go to jail. Straight like that, man. If you're not a Tory Lanez fan, man, drop your opinion in the comments, man. We gonna get into it. Straight like that.